Thank you very much to the members of the media. We just finalized our initial visit here. As I said, we are launching our crime campaign that is going to be running over a period of a month or two. But we decided that the important thing is to start with the police themselves. We are going to go and talk to the business people. We're going to talk to some rape victims that have engaged with us. We're going to engage with the everyday man on the street. We're going to talk to even some of the crime perpetrators, your Nyaope people. We're going to be engaging with everybody. But we thought the important thing is to start with people that are at the center or at the front of this. And I must tell you, this is one police station that has got dedicated people, but unfortunately have been failed by the system. This police station here initially supposed to be having 24 vehicles, but as things stand, they only have 11, and of that 11, some are trucks which cannot be used for visible policing. So in essence, they have about 5 vehicles to cover 152 square kilometers of an area. They have personnel that is 242 or 245 personnel. I mean, look at this building. You tell me if this building can host 242 personnel that are supposed to be working here. It's just not conducive. So we're dealing with such issues where they are even saying the facility itself, as I said earlier on, doesn't even have holding cells. So if they arrest somebody, that same vehicle, the 5 vehicles, so you're now going to take one vehicle, it will be out of circulation. If it needs to now go to Harankua or it needs to go to wherever, Ritgat or wherever that they can host, or they can hold that person, that's where that needs to be. You would know that this area here has a problem of spikes as well on the R80. They are now saying some of the vehicles have to almost permanently be stationed in the hotspot areas. That means that you even have less vehicles that are able to then do patrols and do visible policing here. So that's the challenge that the police are saying that they're sitting with. As I said, these are men and women that are very much dedicated to doing their job, but they cannot. There's no victim empowerment center. They're raising it themselves and say they feel like they're victimizing the victims twice. Because you come here, there's not even a safe, conducive private room where you can actually be counseled and you can then be dealt with accordingly. These are things that are coming out of here. They are talking about the station also being a colonel station instead of a brigadier station, which means that the resources that they're sitting with, I mean, for an area this big, I mean, you're talking an area that covers not only businesses, that also covers industries, that also covers residential, informal settlements that are here. So this is a big area that need resources, but the resources are not here. So sometimes we blame the police and say the police are not doing their job. But sometimes we need to then ask, what are the conditions that they find themselves working under? Is it this conducive? Is this the way that we want them to operate? I mean, you told of police that are now on injury, not because they were fighting crime somewhere, but they got injuries while they're here in the stations. People that are in hospitals because of depression, because of they're not doing well, morale is low. So we now need to then say, do we want to really capacitate our men and women in uniform to do what needs to be done? And if that is the case, then we need to then be asking, what are we doing then to do, to give them the resources that they need to ensure that they're able to then do what that they need to then do. So this is what we've picked up here today. As I said, it's going to be a series of things that we're going to do. Ultimately, we are going to compile a dossier that is going to talk to, proposing to not only Panyaza Lesufi, but also to the minister, some of the things that needs to be looked at and how do we then fix these things going forward. Certainly from a DA perspective, we are not going to be passing budgets now that are just for the sake of passing budgets. We are going to be asking, but the challenges that we've picked up along the way, please tell us in this budget, what is the challenges that are going to be addressed in this particular year with this budget that you say we must pass. So that's what we're going to be doing now going forward.